You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. Well, it was a good wake-up on this Monday morning in Baton Rouge because no matter how much sleep you were wiping out of your eyes because it was a late night, it was worth it because of this.
West stands in, righty on lefty matchup, nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 12-5, Tigers lead, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, Tigers win, Tigers win. Head north, young man. You're going to Omaha.
Chris Blair on the call, the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU beats West Virginia 12-5. They sweep 2 games in the Baton Rouge Super Regional. And for the 20th time in program history, the second time in 4 years under Jay Johnson, the second time in 3 years, the Tigers are headed to the College World Series, something that is not lost on the LSU skipper.
I don't take it for granted. Very proud. You know, it's a big life change coming out here. And I know where I'm at, and I know what I'm entrusted with. And I give it my entire life. And I give it to these guys, and they give it back to me. And it's so fun and exciting and rewarding to see all those people so passionate and thankful for the effort that everybody in this program, that everybody cares so much about, be appreciated.
It was so appropriate, man. I mean, you're talking about a game that had a dreadful 3-hour sunshine delay that pushed the game all the way back until 7:56, a very exact start time. A game that pushed near midnight in the Central Time Zone, and it just didn't matter. People knew what it was, how special those moments are, to never take them for granted. And my hat's off to everybody that left, came back, was at the box there for that final pitch. It was pretty awesome to see that environment. It just never, ever gets old to see it. And here's hoping there's many more to come, but still work to do for the Tigers. And, you know, several takeaways from this weekend before we look ahead to what's coming up in the College World Series. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't start with Anderson and Ianson. Those two guys have shouldered such a heavy burden for LSU this year, as they've really failed to identify a true number 3. And for a bulk of this season, the biggest Achilles heel on this team was the bullpen. So those two guys had to be darn near perfect this season. And if they weren't, LSU wasn't. So to have a weekend where Anderson and Ianson weren't their best and to still win games 16-9 and 12-5, it's pretty awesome. Now, I don't know that LSU is going up to Omaha this weekend and moving through the winner's bracket with performances like they got from Anderson and Ianson this weekend. The level of competition is going to ratchet up. You're facing Arkansas, which is the number 1 RPI team in the country. You've already played them in a weekend series in Baton Rouge, which you won. But Arkansas leads the SEC in batting average. They lead the SEC in fielding percentage. They're just behind LSU in the SEC in team ERA. That's a great baseball team you're going to face. And you're going to have Kade Anderson be awesome. And if you're going to make your way to and through this field and hoist the 8th championship trophy in program history, you're going to need Anderson and Ianson to be great. But for a weekend when they weren't, it was awesome to see LSU still win despite that. We'll get right back to the video, but I promise this is worth the wait. Here to tell you about a brand new apparel brand with officially licensed LSU gear. It's Section 103. So, watching the Tigers to and through Omaha are gearing up for football season. Make sure you check out section103.com. All the apparel, hats, shirts, hoodies, stuff for men, women, kids, even the wee Tiger fans, the little Tiger babies. They got you covered over at Section 103. Everything looks great, super comfortable. The guys came to LSU's campus to learn about the tradition, so you're going to find unique designs, literally, that you won't find anywhere else. It's section103.com. And remember, use the promo code AFR and get 10% off your order at section103.com. Thrilled to welcome Section 103 here as a new partner. Section103.com, promo code AFR for 10% off. Go Tigers. Enjoy the rest of the video. I know the other thing, part and parcel with bullpen that we've talked about, that are the things that could be shortcomings of this team, especially over the last month when we saw the offense wane, that became a major point of contention. And pretty consistently, I think our point here was, you've got guys that can produce 1 through 9. Jared Jones going through, in a 2 for 22 or whatever the number was. Everybody in the history of baseball goes through one of those. It's awful when it happens at key times, but it happens. It's just baseball. But I know Jared Jones can hit at this level. Michael Braswell's had a pretty rough season offensively, but he hit .310 in conference play a year ago. Stephen Milam was a 200 hitter this year in conference play. We saw Stephen Milam was a freshman All-America a year ago. We know he can hit at this level and in the postseason. Just a matter of when those guys broke out of it. It was nice to see it come this weekend with a lot on the line. But West Virginia gave you a ton of opportunities. I don't think it was like LSU's offense went bonkers this weekend. In game 1, you scored 16 runs on 8 hits. You scored 16 runs on 8 hits. They walked 8, hit 5, and committed an error. In game 2, you scored 12 runs on 10 hits. They walked 9, hit 3, and committed 3 errors. Over the course of the 2 games, West Virginia gave you 29 runners, and actually 30 if you want to count the little pop-up that Jared Jones hit on Sunday that the second baseman decided he didn't want to catch. That went down as a single, an RBI single at that. Looking in the box score, that was 110 off the bat. But they gave you 30 runners in 2 games. They gave you 30 base runners in 2 games. It was LSU's, the offense's job to be opportunistic, and they were. Stephen Milam's grand slam in game 1. How about in the second inning on Sunday, West Virginia walking Jack Cartsonis, walking the bases loaded. Steve Saban's inexplicably, in a win or your season is over game, allowing Cartsonis to stay in the game and pitch to Stephen Milam. Milam ropes a bases clearing double. It was awesome to see. When you came up with the opportunity to make them pay, you did. In the 7th, after the E4 on the pop-up, they go 4-pitch walk. They hit Luis Hernandez. I know a lot of y'all wanted Luis Hernandez bunt right there. Good thing you didn't. Dude, 4-pitch walk, then plunks him in the back. So they load the bases, and then what happens? Chris Stanfield, boom, RBI single through the right side. 2 RBI single through the right side to give you an 8-4 lead and some breathing room. When you had the opportunity to make it hurt, by and large this weekend, you did. Thought the bullpen was really good. Maverick Grizzy came in through a pretty clean 9th inning in game 1. And then what can you say about the job that Cooper Williams and Chase Shores did on Sunday? Ianson left the game on Sunday in the bottom of the 6th. Hit a guy with an 0-2 pitch, and that was the last batter he would face. They went to Cooper Williams. And all Cooper Williams did at that point was throw up zeros. He got you out of the 6th. He got a clean 7th. He finally allowed a run in the 8th when he allowed about a 1,000,000-foot home run to make it 12-5. But the issue was over at that point. Cooper Williams was awesome, and then Chase Shores came in and faced the minimum and looked overpowering, which was awesome to see. We've been waiting for guys who would be consistent and step up, and they did. Cooper Williams entered the game in a 6-4 ball game and slammed the door shut. The offense got going, put up the 6th spot in the 7th, and just like that, boom, the celebration was on. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Stephen Milam. Guy was a 200 hitter in conference play this year. And postseason rolls around, and postseason, Stephen Milam is my favorite Stephen Milam. I don't know if it's side work he's done, film study, maybe dyeing the hair, the tiger stripes again, whatever it is, they got him going. It got him going. Grand slam on Saturday, bases clearing double on Sunday, both in key spots in the ball game. In 11, hat tip Hunt Palmer wrote this at LouisianaSports.net. In 11 career NCAA tournament games, Stephen Milam has 12 RBI. Dude is built for the postseason. He was awesome. In 2 games against West Virginia, 3 for 7, 4 for 7, 4 walks, 8 RBI, 4 runs scored, did not strike out. park that guy in the 3-hole of your lineup with that kind of production, you're going to have a lot of success, and LSU did this weekend. So the Tigers feeling really good about themselves coming off this weekend. Now you head to Omaha. There's still one spot in the field to be determined. Murray State and Duke will play on Monday night to determine the final spot. That, of course, is on LSU's side of the bracket. So UCLA is awaiting the winner of Murray State-Duke, while LSU will play Arkansas. Nothing is official. TV will ultimately make the determination of who plays when. And I would just be fall over stunned if LSU and Arkansas was anywhere other than 6 o'clock on Saturday. Remember, in Omaha, you'll have 2 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, 1 p.m., 6 p.m. Central. Primetime Saturday is where they're going to put the best game of the opening round. That's LSU Arkansas. 2 years ago, it was LSU Tennessee. This year, it's going to be LSU Arkansas. They may do something different, may surprise us all, but I'd be at the front of the line, the most stunned if LSU and Arkansas didn't get that 6 o'clock Saturday night slot, which means if you play Saturday, then you play again Monday. Loser bracket game at 1, winners bracket game at 6. Getting ahead of ourselves, we'll talk plenty about the road ahead for the Tigers in about 48 minutes from right now. But LSU in the field, the final 8, heading back to Omaha and feeling really good about it. With Anderson, Ianson, and a reinvigorated offense, Tigers looking for championship number 8. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.